that's being written is just taken out of context. When I started hearing that, I thought to myself, what am I covering up?
In a dramatic televised event, Joni Lamb became emotional as she announced her resignation. She disclosed the surprising reasons that led to her decision to step down from her position.
But there had been some very peculiar things that have happened at this particular trip. It was just a weird dynamic.
The recent allegations against Daystar Television Network have raised serious concerns about the network's history, with suggestions of a possible pattern of alleged cover-ups. The accusations made by Jonathan and Susie Lamb allege that Daystar's former president, Joni Lamb, and her late husband, Marcus Lamb, concealed the sexual abuse of their granddaughter by a male family member. This mirrors a previous scandal that shook the Christian broadcasting industry over a decade ago, leaving longtime observers of Daystar deeply troubled. Although Marcus Lamb is no longer alive, the record of a significant scandal from 2014 remains well documented. 14 years ago, Marcus Lamb, who was the head of Daystar at the time, admitted to a 7-year affair with a Daystar employee. This revelation came to light during a fraud lawsuit filed by Jeanette Hawkins, Daystar's former marketing director. Lamb, who passed away in 2021 due to complications related to COVID-19 and pre-existing heart conditions after publicly opposing vaccines, became the central figure in the controversy. Hawkins presented damning emails as evidence, exposing significant cracks in the multi-million-dollar Christian media empire's carefully constructed public image. These emails allegedly included inappropriate statements and evidence that ministry funds had been used to finance personal matters. The email allegedly revealed that Marcus Lamb wanted to make his mistress his next wife. In response, Marcus accused the whistleblowers of trying to extort $7.5 million from the network to keep the affair secret. However, the police found no evidence of criminal extortion. Some believe that Marcus claimed there was an extortion attempt to make himself seem more sympathetic, shifting attention away from his admitted infidelity and onto the alleged actions of his accusers. In a 2010 televised statement, Joni Lamb described her husband's affair as an emotional relationship that eventually became a sexual relationship. The scandal was a major embarrassment for Daystar. The Lambs, leaders of a popular evangelical Christian network, addressed allegations of unethical behind-the-scenes dealings. They claimed their pain was being exploited for personal gain. During a live show, Marcus Lamb stated they would not use God's money to avoid humiliation. The complainant, Hawkins, alleged the fallout from the affair and its cover-up caused her severe emotional distress, leading to her resignation and hospitalization. Hawkins also claimed the Lambs defamed her by portraying themselves as victims of extortion. Amid the turmoil, the Lambs appeared on Dr. Phil to discuss their efforts to repair their relationship. Dr. Phil warned against downplaying or underestimating the affair. As time passed, the legal battle became increasingly complicated, with former employees filing lawsuits against Daystar in federal and Dallas courts, while Daystar countersued in Tarrant County. Ultimately, both sides dropped their lawsuits, resolving the matter out of court with no financial settlements exchanged. The employees' attorney stated that their decision to withdraw was influenced by a desire to honor New Testament teachings against Christians suing each other in secular courts. The current situation appears to be echoing past scandals. The Lambs claim they were targeted, manipulated, and fired after raising concerns about their daughter's alleged abuse and expressing religious objections to their daughter's recent marriage. The Lambs assert that their motives are being misrepresented in an effort to protect Daystar's reputation and undermine their credibility. Jonathan Lamb was dismissed from his position as vice president, and he believes his termination was directly linked to his efforts to seek answers about the alleged abuse and navigate the family's complex dynamics following his daughter's remarriage. The network disputes Jonathan's claims, accusing him of running a smear campaign due to disappointment over not being named the future president after Marcus Lamb's passing. The network cited a 15-month review of Jonathan's performance and alleged failure to meet improvement plans as the reason for his termination. The controversy extends beyond Jonathan, as his wife Susie Lamb and her parents, who were also employed by Daystar, have reportedly been fired, adding to the situation. Additionally, expense reports suggest that Joni Lamb, a member of the network, charged approximately $100,000 to her Daystar credit card for a 2023 honeymoon in Los Cabos, Mexico with Doug Weiss. Although Joni has publicly denied using ministry funds for the trip, raising fresh concerns about the network's financial accountability. In a statement, Joni Lamb of Daystar claimed that not a single cent of Daystar's money was used for her honeymoon. According to Jonathan Lamb, when he objected to the honeymoon expenses during a Daystar board meeting in August 2023, board member Tom Kender decided to gift the $100,000 to Joni. Jonathan further noted that Joni might have since reimbursed the ministry for the expenses. In a post on X, Joni explained that she had used her corporate credit card points for the payment and confirmed repaying the balance owed to Daystar. She added that Daystar's finances are subject to an annual independent third-party audit by an accounting firm. However, some are still questioning whether such a trip should have been considered a ministry expense. On November 7, 2023, Jonathan Lamb, the vice president of the worldwide Christian TV network Daystar, felt a nudge in his spirit to check the security feeds. Upon inspection, he saw Daystar's head of security, Shannon Kelly, opening the trunk of Jonathan's company car and reaching inside. Given the strained relationship between Jonathan and his mother, Daystar's president, Joni Lamb, Jonathan suspected that Kelly had placed a tracker in his car. This was the first time in Daystar's nearly 30-year history that the ministry had tracked a company vehicle. The situation escalated when, in July 2023, Jonathan and his wife Susie refused to read a viewer comment praising Joni's marriage to Doug Weiss, leading to Joni's bullying, intimidation, and spying on the couple. According to the given information, after finding the tracker, Jonathan said that Jones' assistant contacted him and claimed that Daystar had installed trackers in all company vehicles shortly after the death of Jonathan's father, Daystar co-founder Marcus Lamb, in November 2021. However, an expense report shared by Shannon Kelly shows that the trackers were purchased almost 2 years later in October 2023. On November 16, 2023, Daystar demanded that Jonathan sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, or be removed from his role as a Daystar executive and board member. Several months later, Daystar demoted Jonathan and reduced his salary by 40%. Finally, on September 6, 2024, Jonathan and his wife Susie discovered that they were being followed by a private investigator, and they released a video showing a purple car following them while they were driving with their children on local streets. Jonathan revealed a video of him confronting the man driving the purple car on September 9, 2024 at 6:27 p.m. In the video, Jonathan asks the man who he is, and the man says he is an investigator. The man also says he cannot disclose who hired him. The car's license plate is registered to Jameson Bradley Parker, a private investigator. The media reached out to Daystar twice asking if the ministry or Joni had hired Parker, but Daystar did not respond. Jonathan and Susie say they cannot imagine anyone else who might hire an investigator to follow them, but Daystar's aggressive tactics have only strengthened the couple's resolve. Jonathan said the incident with the tracker has convinced him that God is helping him and Susie expose Daystar. Jonathan learned the truth about the investigation 2 days after the board meeting that demanded he sign an NDA. Jonathan and Susie received news that shocked them and deepened the family rift. On November 18, 2023, Denise informed the couple that a prior investigation had not cleared a family member they suspected of abusing their daughter. Jonathan's late father had taken the daughter to a counselor who reported the alleged abuse to Child Protective Services, CPS, who then contacted the police to reopen their investigation on November 30, 2023. Daystar told Susie's mother, Tanuja Sagar, that the ministry had immediately eliminated her position. According to Jonathan, Daystar had reassigned Susie's father, Jagar, to be a purchasing assistant shortly before Christmas, reducing his salary by $20,000. He was then fired from his new role in mid-April. On January 30th, 2024, Daystar notified Susie that her previous full-time salary would be reduced to a $1,000 monthly retainer. On April 4th, Torres informed Jonathan about these events. Jonathan was removed from the board and demoted to a manager role, which decreased his salary from $250,000 to $150,000. Daystar also placed him on a performance improvement plan, took away his company car, and removed other benefits for most of the summer. Feeling unsafe in their own home, the couple fled Texas with their children. In late August, Jonathan and Susie returned home and decided to provide hours of audio and extensive documentation to a media outlet regarding Daystar. However, it wasn't until November 15th that the media contacted Joni for comment on the allegations against her. The next day, the Daystar security chief, who Jonathan believed had planted a tracker in his car, showed up at their house with a gun and bulletproof vest. This time he was there to deliver a letter informing Jonathan that he had been fired and would no longer have access to his email or or Daystar's property and facilities. Jonathan stated that Daystar had never previously terminated an employee on a Saturday, even if the decision was made on a Friday. He believed Daystar would wait until at least Monday to deliver such news. Jonathan viewed this, along with other tactics allegedly used by Daystar, as attempts to scare and intimidate him and his wife Susie. However, he asserted that they would not back down. In response to the recent allegations of a sexual abuse cover-up, Joni Lamb, the co-founder of Daystar Television, vehemently denied the claims, dismissing them as completely false. During a recent episode of her talk show, Lamb accused the sources behind the allegations of fabricating stories to harm her family. The investigative series by journalist Julie Roy that outlined the accusations was specifically referenced. This was a narrative written by a low-level blogger who had no knowledge of the other side of the story and was only trying to damage the family, stated Lamb, expressing her frustration with the public attention and scrutiny surrounding the controversy. The legal team of the TV star, led by attorney Michael D. Anderson from the law firm Kelly Hart, responded strongly to the allegations. Anderson sent a letter to Julie Roy demanding that she retract or correct her reports or face potential legal action. He described the stories as false and stated that they had no basis in truth or fact. Anderson, the spokesperson for Daystar, claimed that Jonathan and Susie Lamb, two key figures involved in the allegations against the network, had orchestrated a calculated and sustained smear campaign against Daystar and its leadership. He firmly asserted that the reports published by the Roy's Report, an independent media outlet, were entirely fabricated and lacked any solid, credible evidence to support the serious accusations being leveled against the Christian television network. However, the Roy's Report has refused to back down in the face of these denials and dismissals. Instead, the media organization has chosen to intensify the situation by releasing a series of audio recordings from closed-door meetings and internal discussions at Daystar. These recorded conversations appear to corroborate and lend credence to at least some of the claims and allegations made by Jonathan and Susie Lamb, raising further questions and concerns about the network's internal operations and management practices. Individuals who are believed to be close to the leadership and inner circle of Daystar are allegedly heard on these recordings discussing sensitive issues and seemingly supporting the allegations and concerns raised by the Lambs. This has only served to add further fuel to the public scrutiny and intense spotlight now being shown on Daystar's overall practices and conduct. The release of these recordings has significantly undermined Anderson's assertions that the reports were fabricated and lacked evidence. The audio files appear to provide tangible proof and first-hand accounts that at the very least call into question the transparency and accountability within Daystar's organizational structure. This development has intensified the ongoing public debate and media attention surrounding the network, leaving its leadership team grappling with growing questions and demands for a more thorough and credible response to the mounting allegations. The current situation bears unsettling similarities to a previous controversy involving Daystar, a prominent Christian television network in 2010. At that time, there were widespread reports of alleged intimidation tactics used to silence whistleblowers and critics who dared to speak out against the network's practices. The Lamb family, who founded and owned Daystar, was at the center of these allegations, with suggestions that attempts were made to suppress information that could have damaged the network's reputation and the family's standing within the religious community. The 2010 events were shrouded in a veil of uncertainty, with conflicting accounts and a lack of clear definitive evidence. However, the allegations of a culture of silence, cover-ups, and the use of intimidation tactics to silence dissent were deeply unsettling and raised serious questions about the integrity and ethical conduct within the organization. Now, over a decade later, echoes of the 2010 events seem to reverberate in the latest round of allegations against Daystar and the Lamb family. The accusations of cover-ups, intimidation, and a continued culture of silence are eerily reminiscent of the claims made over a decade ago, suggesting that the underlying issues may have never been fully addressed or resolved. As these latest developments unfold, the Lamb family's personal struggles have once again become a public spectacle, with Joni Lamb and her legal team fighting to clear their names and defend the network's reputation. The stark contrast between the public denials and the mounting evidence presented by the Roy Report, an independent investigation, has created a volatile situation, with both sides firmly standing their ground and refusing to back down. The The question remains whether the truth behind these latest allegations will ultimately be unveiled, shedding light on the practices and decision-making processes within Daystar. The stakes are high, not just for the Lamb family and the network, but for the broader religious community that has long held Daystar in high regard. The outcome of this unfolding saga will undoubtedly have far-reaching implications, both for the individuals involved and the reputation and credibility of the network as a whole. The controversy surrounding Daystar and the Lamb family has continued to captivate public attention, with the stakes only growing higher as new developments unfold. At the center of this ongoing saga is Joni Lamb, the co-founder of Daystar Television, whose recent decision to resign from her position has sent shockwaves through the religious media landscape. Rumors of Joni's impending departure had been circulating for some time, fueled by the mounting challenges and controversies that have plagued both the network and the Lamb family in recent years. These whispers were finally confirmed when Joni herself took to the airwaves, appearing on a live television program to address her decision and the factors that had led her to this point. In a heartfelt and emotional announcement, Joni opened up about the immense personal and professional pressures she had been facing. She spoke candidly about the toll that the ongoing controversies surrounding her family and the Daystar network had taken on her mental and emotional well-being, as well as the strain it had placed on her ability to effectively lead the organization. Joni's resignation comes at a critical juncture for Daystar, which has weathered a series of scandals and allegations in recent years, ranging from accusations of financial impropriety to concerns over the network's political leanings and its support for controversial figures. The departure of its co-founder, a prominent and influential figure in the world of Christian media, is sure to have far-reaching implications for the network's future direction and its ability to navigate these turbulent waters. As the public continues to closely follow the unfolding events, many are left to wonder what this transition will mean for Daystar and the Lamb family. Will Joni's resignation pave the way for a new era of leadership and a renewed focus on the network's core mission? Or will the lingering controversies and internal turmoil continue to cast a long shadow over the organization's path forward? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the saga surrounding Daystar and the Lamb family remains a captivating and highly anticipated story, with the final chapter yet to be written. Joni's face was etched with a mix of emotions as she recounted the remarkable journey she and her late husband, Marcus Lamb, had embarked upon to build Daystar from the ground up. With a quivering voice, she spoke of the countless hours of dedication, the sacrifices they had made, and the formidable challenges they had overcome to create a platform that could share the Christian faith with a global audience. Tears glistened in Joni's eyes as she reminisced about Marcus's unwavering commitment to their shared mission. She described how his unwavering vision had propelled Daystar to become one of the largest Christian networks in the world, a testament to their unwavering determination and unshakable faith. Joni's heart swelled with a bittersweet mixture of pride and sorrow as she acknowledged the tremendous impact they had made, but also the deep personal turmoil they had faced in recent months. With a heavy heart, Joni expressed that she never imagined they would encounter such overwhelming adversity in their personal lives and the network they had built together. The weight of the past few months had been crushing, as they had poured every ounce of their being into their dream of spreading God's message to millions across the world. Joni's voice wavered with emotion, reflecting the depth of her grief and the sense of profound loss she felt in the absence of her beloved partner, Marcus. Despite the pain and the challenges, Joni remained steadfast in her commitment to Daystar's mission, determined to honor Marcus's legacy and continue the work they had started together. She knew that the road ahead would be arduous, but with her faith as her guiding light, she was resolute in her conviction to keep the network's flame burning brightly, a testament to the power of their shared vision and the unbreakable bond they had forged. The emotional weight of Joan's words reverberated through the room, underscoring the gravity of the situation. The controversy surrounding the network had been a constant source of turmoil, with allegations of sexual abuse cover-up and claims of intimidation tactics stirring up a whirlwind of public scrutiny and legal battles. The strain had taken a heavy toll, not just on the network as a whole, but on Joan personally, both as a leader and as a mother. The intense public spotlight had become a relentless burden, testing the limits of her mental and emotional resilience. Jones spoke candidly about the challenge of balancing her professional responsibilities with the demands of her personal life, a delicate dance that had become increasingly difficult to maintain. The pressure had mounted, weighing heavily on her shoulders until she felt compelled to make the difficult decision to step away. Despite the tumultuous nature of the circumstances, Joan expressed profound gratitude to the loyal viewers and supporters who had stood by her and the network during these turbulent times. Their unwavering faith and unwavering support had been a source of strength and comfort, a reminder that even in the midst of adversity, there were those who believed in the mission and purpose of the network. The air in the room was thick with emotion as Joan's words resonated, conveying the depth of her personal investment and the toll that the events had taken on her. It was a moment of vulnerability and transparency, a testament to the challenges that leaders often face when navigating the complexities of public life. The decision to step away, while undoubtedly difficult, was a testament to Joan's commitment to her own well-being and the need to prioritize her own mental and emotional health in the face of overwhelming pressures. Joni Lamb, a respected figure within the Daystar community, acknowledged that she was facing a challenging personal situation that required her undivided attention. She understood the gravity of her decision to resign from her leadership role, but she firmly believed that prioritizing her family's well-being and her own health was the most responsible course of action. In a heartfelt statement, Joni expressed her deep appreciation for the Daystar mission and the unwavering support of its congregation. She emphasized that her resignation was not a reflection of her belief in the power of faith, which she and her husband Marcus had always championed. Rather, it was a difficult but necessary step to ensure that she could devote the time and energy needed to heal and restore her personal balance. The news of Joni's emotional resignation, broadcast live on television, resonated deeply with many viewers. They expressed a range of emotions, from surprise and concern to admiration for her courage in putting her family and personal needs first. The Daystar community rallied behind her, acknowledging the valuable contributions she had made over the years and offering their prayers and support during this transitional period. As Joni stepped away from her leadership position, she expressed confidence that the Daystar mission would continue to thrive, fueled by the unwavering dedication of the congregation and the guiding principles she and Marcus had always upheld. Her decision, though difficult, was a testament to her commitment to authenticity, self-care, and the power of faith to provide strength and resilience during challenging times. The community waited with bated breath, hopeful that Joni would find the healing and restoration she needed, and that her eventual return to Daystar, if she so chose, would be a celebration of her renewed spirit and a testament to the enduring bonds that united the faithful. Her choice to resign during the ongoing debates and issues is something to consider. People may have varying perspectives on this decision. It's worth discussing this matter further in the comments.